From Locked On Broncos, and this episode is brought to you by Peloton. Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus powered by Peloton IQ. This is Peloton's most advanced equipment yet, giving you real-time guidance and endless ways to move, whether you're running, lifting, or you're cross-training with your favorite instructors like Alex Toussaint. It's training reimagined to make your workout more personal. Peloton is built for breakthroughs with features that help you plan, stay motivated, and hit peak performance. You can let yourself run, lift, flex, and go while Peloton handles all the rest. Plus, Peloton IQ provides real-time strength coaching, tracking your progress and suggesting weights that challenge you so you can get stronger. Plus, the new movement tracking camera, it counts your reps and corrects your form in real time, making sure every rep is safer and smarter. So, let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton cross-training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Thanks, Cody. Always appreciate having Cody on the show, guys. Let's talk about this Raiders matchup here this weekend. As it stands right now on FanDuel, the Raiders are 3.5-point favorites over the Cleveland Browns in Shador's debut. Bo, I want to start with you on this one. When you look at these two teams, is the right team favored?
Mike loves asking me these questions.
He always gets you. He always starts with you on these.
Like, who's the bigger pile of crap, the Raiders or the Browns? I actually don't like this spread. I think the Browns are a slightly better team than the Raiders.
I agree.
And I know the game's in Vegas, but there's not much of a home field advantage.
No, it'll be a Browns home crowd.
Yeah, if anything.
I mean, that's what it usually is out there. Did you watch the Dallas game? Monday night.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
I did the Cowboys traveled well,
right,
like the Steelers and like the Browns, but
right.
It's Cowboys crowd.
I would make this game a pick'em. I still give the Raiders a little. There's still a little advantage of being at home, even if the crowd is not huge in your favor. I just think both teams stink. The Raiders have more talent on offense than the Browns, but not by that much. But the Browns are way better defensively than the Raiders are. I don't even think it's close. And, in the end, the Browns have Myles Garrett and the Raiders don't. I know Max Crosby is there, and he's a good player, but he's not Myles Garrett.
It's funny you say that because I think they're kind of mirror teams. Take the quarterback out. Obviously, Geno has a lot more experience.
Although he's been terrible
But he's been bad.
Yeah.
This was the year that he just fell off.
Yeah.
But, defensively, you've both got elite pass rushers.
Right.
And then there are holes defensively, but I think the Browns, by and large, have the better overall defensive unit. I don't think there's any arguing that. But on offense, each has a rookie running back that was highly touted, that have shown flashes of brilliance but haven't done it consistently.
Right. And a lot of that's because of the offensive line for both teams.
And I think I was just going to say, the Raiders' offensive line looks similar to the Browns' offensive line. The wide receivers, you're like, who are these guys throwing to?
Right.
The tight end position, I think, is their position of strength.
Yeah, Bowers is excellent.
Bowers is great.
Yeah.
We've got some good tight ends.
Right.
So I think these teams are extremely close on the field. I would make the Browns a 1-point favorite because of the defense. I think it's going to be much more difficult for the Raiders to move the ball on our defense than it will be for the Browns to move the ball on the Raiders' defense.
Yeah, it's close. It's a pick 'em. I mean, but here's what I will say.
Yeah.
The only reason that I would lean towards the Browns is not the quarterback. It's the fact that Myles Garrett is playing like Superman.
Unstoppable.
Like this dude is getting 4 or 5 sacks a game, bro. This is an all-time great run. And let's not also mention the fact that Grant Delpit is playing great this year. Devin Bush is playing awesome this year. Denzel Ward has been Denzel Ward. And then you got another dude who's working his way into being an impact player. Listen, Carson Schlesinger, you trying to act like you want to get you an 88 rating on Madden or something. Like, bro, this guy is a force, and he's a rookie. He's going to be ready to play. And you can't underestimate this. It's a 4:30 game, right? This is going to be a Browns home game.
That's what I think.
This is a Browns home game.
I think so, too.
People have been hitting me up circling this Las Vegas calendar. Shador Sanders is going west of the Mississippi. He's close to Colorado. There's going to be a lot of CU aunties, uncles, cousins, and all types of relatives out there. This game going to have a lot of juice. I know Skip Bayless is watching. I know Gilbert Arenas is watching. I know Cam Newton watching. Everybody in all stratospheres will be watching. This is a bad game, too. It's 2-8 teams, but this will be the most watched 2-8 teams I've ever seen.
You may be right about that.
Ever.
You may be right about that, simply because I think the Shador factor alone, there will be people that are out for a gambling weekend in Vegas that are like, oh, hey,
hold on.
Shador's playing.
Right.
Let's get tickets.
Let's get a ticket. Let's go down.
Do you think, like, you could legitimately ask the question, could the Browns defense be responsible for more points in this game than either team's offense?
Possibly.
Because think about it. Last week, the Browns scored 16 points. The defense scored 10.
Yeah.
They got an interception, return for a touchdown.
Yep.
And then an interception where the Browns got the ball at the 6, gained 0 yards, and kicked the field goal.
4 plays, 0-yard drive.
Right. So that's the defense scored those points in my
Sure
mind.
they did.
Right?
Oh,
100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the Raiders just put up, 16 against the Cowboys?
yeah.
And the Cowboys have allowed some numbers against them this year.
Right.
So
Their
their
Cowboys
offense-
defense stinks, and they still only
Yeah,
scored
we've got
16.
2 inept offenses.
Yeah.
And one really, really good defense. And I think the Raiders' defense is middle of the road. That's the way I characterize them. Maybe a little below the 16.
Yeah, I think below.
They're below.
Probably
They're
below that.
below.
But, I mean, you've got this Browns defense is supposed to be elite.
Yeah.
Go win it.
They mean, it might be 10 points for the Browns defense, 6 for the Browns offense, and 6 for the Raiders
Browns
offense.
defense might outscore both offenses put together.
You get a little bump, too, because, look, I always tell people, the first time you play and nobody ain't got no tape on you, they'll come out with stuff that the Browns probably have not shown all season because it's a different quarterback, it's a different skill set. They'll put in certain things that he's comfortable with, and the Browns are traditionally good on their first drives anyway. So if you get some points on your first drive, the Browns defense comes up with some turnovers, does their thing, and you score over 20 points, it's a good opportunity for you to win this football game. And by the way, it's different from playing from behind and playing with the league.
Oh, sure.
And if you're playing with the league and you can work with lead and you can work in some play action, do some different things, get Quinshon Judkins the football. The goal for me is if you get over 100 yards with Quinshon Judkins, that would tell me you pretty much guaranteed to win this game. That's the number I'm looking at, the 100-yard mark.
I think if either team gets 100 yards from their back, they're going to probably be the team that wins.
Yes, I would agree with
I
that.
think if we had to place a bet on which back is more likely to go the century mark, I think ours.
Yes, because
Like,
just the way
the Browns defense has
defense
been really
is
good.
And the thing is, this is why I always look at it, like, there was a thought that, okay, if Shador Sanders gets in the football game and by his time he's playing late in the season, what if Myles Garrett is banged up? What if, Carson Schwetzinger is out? What if Denzel Ward is out of these football games? Everybody is not only there, they're healthy and playing well.
Yeah.
So that bodes well just for the simple fact, all you got to do is the turnover thing, like you said.
Yeah.
When you actually worry, is he going to play turnover-free football? That's another one. If he don't turn the football over, I think that's a big key in winning too. Because if they don't give him the ball, I mean, it's going to be hard for them to drive long fields.
If you look at who wins the turnover battle, the overwhelming majority, that team wins the game. And can't give away the football.
And can he stay composed enough? This is the biggest thing for me. Can he stay composed enough to understand what type of time we on? What point in the game we looking at? Hey, first quarter, you don't even need to be scrambling around and taking no hits. Get rid of the ball. Hey, you need to live to fight another day. There's no backup quarterback behind you. Hey, listen, it's okay to take some little check downs early on. If you need to make a play, be wise in taking your shots downfield. But if he can understand the management of the game and what time we are, I want to see if he can do that in his first start, because that will show me he's understanding, okay, I'm thinking the game more than just the physical part of it.
It is amazing. The Browns, if you think about it, have been one of the healthiest teams in the league this year. Usually when you're one of the healthiest teams, you're good, but the Browns are not. I mean, especially on defense. Like, who?
At all.
And to think if you're on your, third quarterback already, you would think that you've had a lot of injuries to the quarterback, but one got traded.
That's it.
The other one played 6 games before he got hurt.
Your number one receiver is still
Tillman
there.
missed a little time. Obviously, Conklin's been banged up, and DeJuan Jones got hurt at the beginning of the year, but he was playing terribly.
Schlesinger
anyway.
was supposed to miss time. He's Superman.
No.
Came out there, put on the heat.
Denzel hasn't missed a game this year.
The tackles have been banged up, which is rough.
There has been a revolving door at the
tackle.
offensive line.
Yeah, but they all stink anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean,
So I don't know that it matters, but
God, how did that happen?
I mean, who's been hurt on defense?
Nobody really.
Has anybody missed time?
And Mike Hall missed the beginning of the season. He's
Yeah,
just
they
come
haven't-
back.
But he's now playing back, and Mason
Yeah.
Graham's playing better.
So you're right. They're very healthy. Plus, Miles has extra motivation to try to break the sack record, without a doubt.
Yeah, so
he's got extra motivation.
He
this
has
year.
become
he
the
wants
single
that
reason
record
to watch the Browns play football.
Yeah, until
To,
Shedeur. Now there's two reasons.
Yeah, right.
To wrap this up before we move on,
Yeah.
we talked about, and Leroy mentioned Shedeur in the pocket, understanding the situation, not bailing out. The Raiders on the season only have 19 sacks as a team. That's in the bottom 10 in the NFL. They're not a heavy blitz team.
Yeah.
How many does Crosby have?
Crosby has 7. They don't have any
So
other
he's
pass
got a third of
rushers.
their sacks.
Kind of
So
besides him.
Myles Garrett only has 4 less sacks than the Raiders.
Yes.
But guess what?
Yeah.
They saw that tape just like we saw
Yeah,
that
it's different.
tape.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
that was the question I wanted to ask. So they're not a team that has generated a ton of pressure, and they don't blitz a lot. Do you expect to see a complete flip from the first 10-game tendency from the
Yup.
Raiders because
Sure
they're
do.
facing a rookie quarterback in Shedeur? Or
Sure
do you think
do.
those got to stick to their tendency?
Not only that, you don't have many threats in the passing game anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
like-
not like you're overly worried.
So you're going to need some options, and you need to give him some options. Sometimes you need to max protect. Sometimes you need to check release. Let's keep Njoku with block for 2 seconds, then a release in the flats. But here's the thing: what I would do if I was the Raiders, I got 10 guys at the line of scrimmage, every single play. Shedeur Sanders is going to have to diagnose who's coming on the blitz and who's dropping into coverage. And I'm going to make it difficult for him to understand. I don't want to give him clean reads. I'm going to never be my shell defense. I'm going to stay in the cover 2, but I'm going to shift to a cover 3. I'm going to move from a cover 3 and drop guys in the flats and run cover 4. I'm going to give him a different look every single time to make him diagnose, hold the ball a couple extra seconds. I got Max Crosby. Maybe we get home. That's what I would do if I was the Raiders. If you're the Cleveland Browns, give him options. Hey, Shedeur. Hey, there's a check down. Here's a release valve. It's Harold Fannin on this play. Hey, here's Junkins on this. Matter of fact, hey, they want to rush the passer. Let's catch them in the blitz. Let's run the tight end screen. Let's run middle screens. Let's get the ball out quickly. So if you miss a tackle, boom, 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 we got some yards after catch. And by the way, get Jerry Jeudy involved. 50-50 balls, if you're going to throw one of those, I do agree with Sean King. If you want to throw a 50-50 ball, give it to the guy who's getting the most money. Get it to Jerry Jeudy. If you get him working and ready to go early in the game, he's going to play more. He's going to play harder. He's going to be more difficult to cover and get him going.
I know Judy didn't have much statistically this past week, but I think he's played much better the last 2 weeks overall.
Yes.
And so,
His effort on that first down
it was
play
great.
was
Great effort.
massive.
Great effort. By the way, before we move on, Mike, I'd like to play that clip.
Yes.
Oh, the Miles one?
No.
No, the clip from Adam Kaplan on Shedeur.
On Shedeur?
Yeah.
Yep, we got you. This is Adam
So
Kaplan.
Adam Kaplan, you know him
I
personally?
worked with him for a long time. I
Yeah,
know
at
very
ESPN.
well. Yeah.
Adam does a lot of stuff for SiriusXM, and I had him on my podcast this morning. If you want to hear the whole interview, check out my podcast at YouTube. But I just thought he had some interesting comments on Shedeur Sanders. Here's what he had to say.
Players of Sanders' talent, he is talented. They don't drop to the 5th round because the tape's bad. The tape was good. It was everything else: social maturity overall. Some of his pre-draft interviews were not great. I'm being kind. Mm-hmm. And by the way, coaches share information with other coaches. Front office executives share information. Believe it or not, they talk. They're friends.
Yeah.
And things happen. And he dropped to the 5th. Now, here's the thing with Shedeur. He obviously comes from a football family. We all know who his dad is. There's talent with this kid. Getting all the ones this week, I'm not absolving him from the way he played, but he came off the bench. Like he had no work with the ones. The way it works is talking to coaches over the years. The starting quarterback, if they are 40 reps in practice, he either gets all 40 or like 38 of them.
Right.
And it's only one game. And the good thing is it's not a weather issue here. Okay, This game is at Las Vegas. You don't have to worry about that. Let's see Shedeur develop. And I told people during interviews before the season started, I said Shedeur will start by Thanksgiving. Trust me on that. There's no one on the roster who's good enough for quarterback. That's where we are. Let him play. The dude. Here's what I like. He's not a running quarterback. He's got enough mobility to get out of his own way. Good size, good arm, really good touch on the football. There's a lot to like about him as a quarterback. The social maturity stuff, this has got to get better, and that's where it's at.
I think it's a dead-on assessment.
Yeah.
He got all of it right. Adams, I always
Yeah.
felt Adam was one of the most underrated NFL analysts we had.
Yeah.
He's plugged in.
Right,
He
yeah.
is a good assessor
Yeah.
of what he sees, and I think he nailed all of that. And I think in talking about what you do with him, I've seen him throw the ball well on the run, both at Colorado and in his limited time here with the Browns. I don't want him to be a drop back pocket quarterback. I don't. You've got to get him off that spot. If you roll him out, now he has another option to escape the rush other than running the wrong way. I told you Leroy was texting me in real time.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said when he came in is, look north, never look south. And I kind of chuckled because that's what we saw him do in the preseason game. And then the very first time his pocket collapsed, he looked south.
Right.
He
we
turned
need
and ran.
progress. He has to make progress in that vein.
Right. And Leroy was saying, I was hoping he had broke that mold from the preseason game to now. That's clearly burned into his DNA. It worked in high school. It worked in college. He thinks it's going to work here. It won't. So he said, now if you're the defense, you know exactly how to rush him. And Raiders saw the tape. We all saw it. We know what it looked like. If you sprint him out, and he's probably going to have to run to his right, but if you get him off his spot, I think he can be more creative. Because I said this Monday, he's not Michael Vick. When I asked, who does his game, he's like, I'm part Michael Vick, part Tom Brady. I don't see the Michael Vick, I don't see the Brady thing either, but he's not that guy that's going to make a 30-yard scramble when he's rushed. But I do think he can get positive yardage if he starts on the right side and not backwards.
He has very good short yardage functionality in the pocket. If he learns to have the ability to have the awareness where he's not scrambling to try to figure out let's run away from people. He's scrambling to find different platforms, different avenues, different opportunities.
Maybe I can make a play from this spot.
To spread the ball up and down the field. It's kind of, and I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes is not a runner. But when Patrick Mahomes is looking to extend, he's looking to put himself in a better position to hit a guy that he wouldn't normally be able to hit. 100%. So for me, I think Kaplan is spot on, and I think a lot of times you'll understand this as well. I like what he said about the social maturity, right? There's a lot of things that you don't quite understand until you're in the position. I've always said, everybody, long live the king's dead, I'm the new king, right? When you're the franchise quarterback and you're the starting quarterback, you're the king now. There's a lot of different things that you can't do that if you were just the general or the hand of the king or guys on the high council. I like the Game of Thrones if you haven't noticed.
I hear you.
When you are the king, you got to be judicious. There's some things you can't just step out and say. There's some things I thought he did a good job in saying, hey, listen, guys, please don't boo Dylan Gabriel. That's not what we're trying to do. He's on our team. We want to support all our guys. I think he's trying to show more maturity. Say, listen, I played horrible. You know what it is. It was terrible. I enjoy being out there, but I got to play better. Those are the things that it takes time to get. And guess what? He has to get it on the run. I think one thing Coach Prime did say was, I guarantee this. He may play good or bad in this game against the Raiders, but it ain't going to be the moment. It won't be for the fact that he just shirks under the moment and cowers. That ain't what it is. Yeah. Mary Kay said it. He thrives in the spotlight. It's now how you go about doing it and how you go about this week building those bonds, because he just need a couple of dudes. The best thing about it is he can get in the locker room, and now he is the quarterback.
Right.
So you can go to Jerry Jeudy. You can talk to Tommy Reese. Say, hey, coach, what do you like on third down here? You could go to Myles Garrett and things like that. That's the development piece.
Do you think there's any value, because it's so different preseason to regular season, but his first preseason game to me, I saw a lot of the positive things that I saw when he was at Colorado. And then in the second preseason game, I thought he just completely undid that, and he didn't look anything like that guy. Is there value in going back and looking at that tape, his first preseason game, and saying, oh, he really had success when he was doing this, and then just build the game plan around what he did well?
All the tape is significant. Every single rep that he's taking. This is why when people say, I think people get messed up in a rep thing. This is called one-on-one. It's a difference between when I used to be in management, we used to have our connections. We one-on-one, we talk about people's performance, and you go with what you're doing well, what you need to do better. And we started to cancel some of the one-on-ones because we got production limits that we had to get. We had to do overtime. And I remember that people came to me and said, you know what, I really miss our one-on-ones because those are our coaching sessions. I can hear that positive reinforcement of what I'm doing good. You can tell me what I need to be working on so I can have that focus. So it ain't about the first team reps, so to speak. It's when he goes in and he sits down with Tommy Rees, everything Tommy Rees is doing that week is about him. And about what we do.
First time that it's been that way,
and it's the first time you hearing that, and now you have the direction. Because Tommy Rees going to say, here's what we're looking to do against the Raiders. This is what our game plan is. This is how we need you to affect the game.
And it's specifically
and
for your skill set.
You and what you do. And that's even a bigger emotionally and psychologically and understanding what's your game plan. When you come in dry and you come in and you don't know what's going on, that game plan's for Dylan Gabriel.
Sure.
It's sink or swim. So this week, I think he'll be a little more calm. I think he'll have the repetition. And Leroy did say something that I agree with. Those guys who see you, they'll rally around you because they know you're the guy.
Yeah.
It ain't just you waiting. They'll know it.
Especially if he looks good in practice doing it this week,
buy-in.
His teammates have buy-in. They have confidence. They come in and they're like, we can get this done.
There it is.
Confidence goes a long way, man.
Last
It goes
thing
a long
on
way.
Shedeur before we move on, Mike. You mentioned his athletic ability before. I think his athletic ability has been underrated because of who his dad is.
I think everything.
They want to measure him against
and
that
like,
kind of speed.
well,
He doesn't
he's not-
have that.
It's like, well, we expected him to be a better athlete.
Yeah, no one has that.
And so I think it's gone too far the other way. Like, he's a decent athlete.
Yeah, I
People
would
made it seem like
definitely-
he was
I
kind of
would
a
never
stiff.
categorize him as a bad athlete
No,
by any
no,
stretch.
not at all.
The problem, you make a great point. He's not Dion, and people,
Right.
if they turn him on for the very first time
They're like, what?
and expect to see that electric, high-stepping,
No.
that's not who he
No,
is.
no, no.
Ain't it?
And he'll never be that guy.
No, but he's
I
a
think his-
solid athlete out
Yeah,
there.
he showed the ability in the preseason game to turn some broken plays and fractured pockets into positive runs.
Yeah.
He just can't run south. He can't
Can't
run
do
backwards.
that. That's got to be cleaned up. We got to see less of that each week.
Yes, and I
as
hope
his
we
progress.
do. I hope we. You know, one
I'm
way
excited.
to work on
I'm
it.
excited to see him play. I'm sure you guys are
cannot
too. You know?
wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I was
Yeah.
talking to a buddy on how you can, and I don't know if they'll do this or not, but he said one of the things that I've seen done in the past is you have 5 coaches standing 5 yards behind where his drop mark is
Don't go past that.
with blocking dummies.
Right.
And so now he's feeling pressure, like almost like they said, try to simulate like you're taking a snap from the 2-yard line. You can't run out of the end zone. That's
Right.
safety.
Yeah.
So if they have coaches with blocking dummies there pushing him this way,
Yeah, I like that.
it might work. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know if
I
they'll
don't
do
know.
that or not, but we'll see.